Hey guys, just real quick before we start, just wanted to remind you that on June 24th of this month that I will be at Too Many Games, and no, I'm not a vendor or having a booth or anything like that. I'll just be walking around, and if you're a fan of the channel, come by, say hi. Would love to hang out with you and meet some fans. So, yep, that is June 24th, 2023 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So, you live in PA? Come on down, and I'd love to see you there. Alright? Alright, enjoy the rest of your regularly scheduled content. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station, your number one stop destination for anything and everything animation, including a sponge that lives on a pineapple under the sea. Apologies for no videos yesterday. I was at a family event, just hanging out, stuff like that. Just went to my aunt's, had some dinner, hung out with my cousins, stuff like that. But I'm back now, and you are going to be getting a lot of content today because we have these 2 episodes to review, as well as an extra 2 episodes to review, and 2 Aquatic Neptune reactions. And no, they are not going to be in one video like the Among Us one, because there are 2 different videos that don't have any correlation with one another. So, yes. That's what you had to look forward to today, but for right now, let's start with the catch-up, starting with this batch of episodes, starting with Skill Crane. In this episode, Mr. Krabs gets a claw machine from a vending company, and Squidward ends up getting addicted to it. Like, straight up addicted to it. This is a very funny episode, and this one's probably one of the most relatable in all of SpongeBob, as it deals with the sadly relatable and relevant problem that is addiction, whether it's addiction to like a drug or addiction to a certain aspect of yourself, like a vice. Like, you guys know what I mean, a certain addiction, and anyone going through addiction that watches this episode is going to really relate to it. So it has that nice adult relatability edge going for it. Now on top of that, it's just hilarious. From our 3 highlights, please bear with me. I have a cough drop in my mouth because my throat's a little sore. Highlight number 1 is going to be, no, it's the tax collector. Like, it's literally the first joke of the episode, and already it sets the tone perfectly. And then the second highlight is, was it when he gets kicked in the shit? Sorry, I gotta look. I'm sorry. It's the quarters joke. It's the quarters joke. It's the joke where Squidward tries to rub in Krabs' face that he finally won one, even though he needed help from SpongeBob or whatever. And Mr. Krabs just smirks at him, and then as soon as he leaves, he just counts all his quarters, which is just so many, not to mention the deed to his house sitting on his desk. Like, that's hilarious. And then the third and final highlight, I was really torn between the ending where SpongeBob saves the teddy bear but not Squidward after Squidward destroys the construction site, and SpongeBob running on his eyeballs. The more I thought about it, though, it's SpongeBob running on his eyeballs. That's the third and final highlight. It's such a funny moment in a great episode. Yeah. This episode's relatable, it's very adult, but it's also hilarious, very well written, incredibly well voice acted, and one of Squidward's just most memorable episodes. Another one I like to call a Squidward karma trip. Like, it's such a great episode, and if you're someone suffering through addiction, this episode might help you out a little bit. So, yeah, final verdict for this episode is an easy 10 out of 10. I love this episode. I always have loved this episode, and it's always been a highlight of the season. Unfortunately, now we gotta dive headfirst off a cliff because we gotta talk about Good Neighbors. Oh boy, let's just get it over with. We talked about one of the best episodes of the season, and we gotta talk about one of the worst. Good Neighbors is a garbage episode. It is complete and total utter garbage, and it's the first of what the internet has dubbed the Squidward torture porns. because Squidward doesn't do anything to warrant any of the misery that he ends up getting. And SpongeBob and Patrick, despite the ones being the ones that caused all the problems in this episode, they get to win in the end. This episode's frustrating and this episode sucks. Highlight of the episode is one moment where Squidward rightfully balls the two out for being idiots. And not to mention, this is when we started getting to the part where the characters become overly flanderized and lose a lot of their original personality. Here, SpongeBob is just an idiot, and Patrick is somehow an even worse idiot. And then the writing is bad, everything that happens to Squidward is just cringy, and none of the jokes land. It's just a bad episode. And it was the first of many of these terrible Squidward torture porns to come. Final verdict for this episode's a 2 out of 10. It's one of the worst of the season, and arguably one of the worst of season 4 and 5. So, yep. That's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time for Aquatic Neptune, Nickelodeon Kart Racers 2 Part 2. Peace.